Copying in art has been a long debated issue for centuries. As an artist, originality and creativity are the core to who you are and what you do. No one wants to be someone who steals another artist's work. The art world itself has a broad range of views on this topic. It can be traced back all the way to academic art in the 18th century. In these highly esteemed academies, the students would spend the first couple years only copying off of prints of famous masters. Eventually, they would move on to live models, which could also last for years until they would finally be allowed to paint. This teaching method encouraged little creativity at all. In contrast, copying has been regarded as anti-educational, arguing that children can become dependent on copying and that it doesn't contribute to creative growth. From this point of view, if art is purely a form of expression, the focus should only be on developing personal creativity, not on technique. Often in art classes mainly focused on technique, some students do not have the same natural abilities as others, even if they are extremely creative. But the fact that they cannot copy like others makes them believe they are not artistic. According to social work researcher Brené Brown, 95% of people have a deeply shaming experience in a school setting as a child that changed the way they thought about themselves, and 50% of those wounds were related to their creativity. Perhaps improving the way we encourage creativity could make a huge difference in a child's artistic confidence. Copying is not only an issue in art education, but also in the larger art community. There are some artists that take the idea of appropriation to an extreme. Photographer Richard Prince recently blew up screenshots of other people's Instagram posts without their knowledge and displayed them in an art fair in New York, selling most of them for $90,000 each. Instances like this have brought to attention the question where the line is drawn between art and appropriation. This dilemma can be best explored in a legal battle between artist Shepard Fairey and the Associated Press. The dispute illustrates that within this dilemma, there are not two polarized sides, but more there's a complex gray area. Shepard Fairey created the well-known Hope Obama campaign poster, but was later accused by the Associated Press of copyright infringement. They claim that Fairey stole photographer Manny Garcia's creative work by basing his poster off of Garcia's photo. It is obvious that Fairey put his own style on the image and did not outright steal Garcia's work to sell as his own, but it's also not completely void of any other influence and reproduction. So where is the line drawn? In Lily Powell's senior seminar paper, this case study will be closely analyzed on both sides in order to bring further clarity to the gray area of copying and creativity in art. The conclusion made through this case can then be applied to this issue in the future of art education.